Let's frustrate some volley players having high agility in Tour 8 and Tour 7 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wi-Fi Studios. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 and to turn on the bell if you like this video. We start with a match in the Tour 8. So please note that there is no sound in some matches of this video because I record them before my phone got updated lately. And before the last update, well, my phone just could not record any sound in Tennis Clash anymore. This weird bug has been solved just some days ago, well, some days since before I commented on this video. So there are several things that you can do to frustrate the volley players having high agility. If your opponent doesn't have a very high serve, which is the case of this opponent, he has only 39 of serve, well, on the serve of your opponent, try and return a cross-court forehand or backhand, depending on your best hand, to surprise him. Well, because he generally expects you to hit a forehand down the line instead, which is easier to execute for you, so he will be positioned to counter a forehand down the line. So that cross-court has a good chance to be a winner or to force your opponent to play a normal shot instead of a volley. So you can play that way until your opponent figures out your hit pattern and starts to adjust his trajectory so as to counter a bit like here, that cross-court stroke. So if he does so, then simply change now and then to hit a big forehand down the line instead. So of course, sometimes the cross-court shots will be out or your opponent succeed in catching it, and even if it doesn't work as you wish, don't lose focus. Just keep playing the way you should against volley players, and results will come, good results, especially with practice. So this second match is played against a player who is often in the top 10 and who has put some points on the serve, so he has kind of decent, very decent serve for a volley player, of course, 64. Well, if your opponent has a high serve, hitting cross-court is more risky because the risk of committing an unforced error or for your ball to be caught by the volleyer is higher. In that case, you can rather choose to hit big forehand or backhand as powerfully as possible towards one of the two corners of the baseline. This is an option that you can choose, of course, as well when your opponent's serve is not high. But I'm talking specifically about the case when your opponent is having a high serve. Well, when I say high, it's for a volley player, okay? So you choose your preferred corner and hit your best stroke towards this area. Don't mind about the side where your opponent is weak, because almost all those agile volley players have weak forehand and backhand, so they will have a hard time countering your big forehand and backhand. So they can do that more easily with quick catch if they have put the Maestro Monte string on, and almost all volley players that I have faced use the Maestro Monte. So they could try to make a drop volley to return your big hit. So stay alert and be ready to hit a big stroke to follow up. Let's see now how I counter the serve. He's taking his time.
Second serve.
And the second serve. Yep, I was trying to hit that towards the other corner, but it was not powerful enough, obviously. Here again. And that's it. So it's easier to do a passing shot when your opponent has started to be tired, doesn't have a lot of stamina anymore. So you can notice that. So you can hit the ball as well to make it land as close to the sidelines as possible. Here it was a kind of lob. Whether you choose to hit the cross-court winner, as I explained previously, or a powerful forehand down the sideline, just try and make this straight and fast swipe that will make the ball land very close to the sideline. Since another match in Tour 8 versus a player having a tremendous agility of 93 and a quite good volley attribute too, 82 attribute. He's super agile, you can see he's moving like flash on the court, and well, he is using the Punisher God as well. So all in all, that's a big combo to play volley. But he clearly chose Kaito for the greater agility and the stamina. But versus the cross court drop shots, he's and other volley players still have a lot of problems, as you can see here. So why did I say that you should try and make it the straight and fast swipe that will make the ball land very close to the sideline, either side? Well, because your opponent has to choose one side to counter your strokes. Or we position his character at the center of the court, close to the net. So if you can succeed in hitting the ball towards the two corners to the baseline, as close as possible to the sideline, then the ball will have a very high potential to be out of reach for your opponent. So unless if your opponent has a very high agility, a bit like here, 93, plus a high volley attribute, like here as well, he's playing with the Maestro Monte, so fortunately he's playing just with the Punisher God. Well, that is not the... I'm not 100% sure, but I rarely see any volley players playing with the Punisher God. So almost all the time with the Maestro Monte. So Mike Tyson, this opponent's name is probably not an expert in volley. Not like Noam, for instance. So I was saying that unless he has very high agility and high volley attribute, is playing with the Maestro Monte and expert in serve volley, then your opponent will counter you. You're close to the sideline hits quite well. So you can note that I use the Maestro Monte in my build to play versus those volley players, except here in this match where I use the nylon string. But I use the Maestro Monte even if I think I can simply use the nylon string all the time versus volley players, because I want to have the quick catch that can help me to lob or keep hitting strokes as hard as possible on strokes, even when they volley right on the body of my character. When you receive a volley return right on the body of your character, a very fast one, well, you can very quickly react thanks to the quick catch perks of the Maestro Monte, which gives you a very good reflex thanks to the point blank range reaction. Alright, so as you can see, hitting cross court, a very hard cross court shot towards the corner is paying well, and doing the cross court drop shots, well, can start to put the volley player in difficulty, but sometimes, well, they just catch it. So just keep playing, even if you lose the point, just keep playing, and you can see that with a forehand or backhand which is not very high, which is the case of my Kaito character here, where it's less powerful than the forehand and backhand of my Victoria character, for sure. 67 in both hands here. Yeah, another match in the 2-8. Well, even with that relatively weaker forehand and backhand, you can still manage to hit very good passing shots. And obviously, with Victoria, it's even easier, of course. And, well, yeah, sometimes the cross-court shots will not go in. So do not lose any focus, okay? You should not lose any. Just keep playing. You lose the point, never mind. You will have plenty of occasions to come back. Just keep playing. Here, it's not going out anymore. It's going in. Okay, so just practice. This is too easy to give up practicing, when you play versus volley players, because you could get bored when you play against them. You're saying to yourself, well, I don't like this kind of style, of play style, and I don't want to play against them. I'm going to kind of drop this match. I'm just going to swipe a bit randomly. Well, no, you can't really play with a kind of establish strategy before the match starts. And whenever you are led, just don't lose focus. Just stay in the match and do what you should do, and you will see that things can turn differently. So of course, it won't be easy the first matches when you are not experienced enough to play against volley players. Things will not be very easy. But well, with time, it will come. Positive outcomes will arrive earlier than you expected. Just practice, keep practicing, and you will see. And be careful. Don't always think that volley players who don't have a lot of agility or volley attributes are harmless. Sometimes I have faced very experienced volley players having not very high stats in volley and agility, and still they are much more tricky to face, to counter, to frustrate than very high stats volley players, because it's about experience, you know. Sometimes, of course, high stats will help, but in a lot of matches in Tennis Clash, well, I have seen so many players having very high stats and who don't seem to use them the way they should. Actually, they they just try to hit very powerful shots with the forehand or the backhand without even thinking about any kind of strategy. I was having this kind of feeling that they just wanted to hit and to hurt the opponent by hitting really hard, but they didn't really know what to do actually in on the court to outflank you, to try to wrong foot you, to try to read your hits pattern, etc. So there are a lot of things that can make that you can counterbalance for a lack of power. So of course, you still need some power somehow. See here, I had the quick catch, and that will not be possible if I had to use the nylon string. But I agree, I don't use that all the time. So yeah, maybe I can just use the nylon string whenever I face the volley players. Well, you're going to see the build that I use for Victoria and for Kaito in the matches that you just saw. I hope you enjoy watching me frustrate agile volley players in Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wi-Fi Studios. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 to stay tuned for new videos of Tennis Clash. Thank you a lot for your support, and see you soon on Gameplay 365. Bye bye.